Welcome back to our channel, Step by Step with Jesus. Today, we're diving into episode 8, The Gift of Compassion. The sun is just beginning to rise over Nazareth, casting a warm, golden glow across the small village streets. You can hear the sounds of a new day, beginning children laughing and playing, goats bleating in the distance, and the cheerful chatter of merchants as they set up their market stalls for the day. Jesus, dressed in his simple cream tunic, walks alongside his good friends, Matthew, Paul, and Anna. There's a sense of excitement in the air. They're on their way to the well near the marketplace, a favorite gathering spot for everyone in the village, a place where stories are shared and friendships are made. As they get closer, they notice a young boy sitting all by himself under the shade of a large tree. His tunic is torn in a few places, and his sandals look like they've walked many, many miles. His head is bowed, his eyes fixed on the dusty ground, and a deep sadness seems to surround him. Matthew, always observant, whispers to the group, "I wonder why he looks so sad." Anna tilts her head, her heart full of concern. Maybe he's lost his way? Paul, ever practical, just shrugs and suggests, well, maybe he's just a little shy. But Jesus doesn't hesitate. He sees the boy's loneliness and walks right over to him. He kneels down gently, so he's at the boy's level, and asks in a soft, kind voice, "Hello, what's your name?" The boy looks up slowly, his eyes wide and uncertain. "Mark," he replies, his voice barely a whisper. Jesus offers him a warm, reassuring smile. "Hi, Mark. My name is Jesus, and these are my friends. We're your friends, too. What's wrong? Can you tell us?" Mark hesitates for a moment, looking from Jesus to the others, wondering if he can trust them. Then, in a rush of words, he admits, "My father is sick. We don't have enough food at home. I came here, hoping someone might help." As soon as the words leave his mouth, you can see the change in his friends, Anna's eyes filled with sympathy. "Oh no, that's terrible." Matthew immediately looks down at the small basket of bread he was carrying for his own lunch, his mind already working. Paul shifts uncomfortably on his feet, suddenly realizing the weight of the boy's struggle. Without a single word, Jesus reaches into his own satchel, takes a piece of the bread he had for himself, and places it gently into Mark's small, outstretched hands. "Here," he says, his smile full of warmth and understanding. "You're not alone in this." Seeing Jesus' simple act of kindness, the others are inspired to follow. Anna, who had a small clay cup of fresh water, offers it to Mark. "You must be thirsty," she says softly. Matthew, without a second thought, adds his entire portion of bread to the growing pile. Paul, seeing a stall nearby with fresh figs, catches the eye of the merchant, who gives a kind nod of approval. Paul quickly picks a few ripe figs and adds them to Mark's lap. A little sparkle returns to Mark's eyes, which had been so dull with worry. "Thank you," he whispers, and this time, the tears that fill his eyes are tears of relief and gratitude. He can't believe the kindness of these strangers. Jesus places a comforting hand on the boy's shoulder. "Mark, when we see someone who is hurting, we have a chance to show them love. Even a small act of kindness can bring big hope to someone's heart." And so, the little group sits together under the tree, sharing their bread, their figs, and soon, their laughter. The market continues to bustle around them, a lively symphony of commerce and conversation. But in that quiet, sacred moment under the tree, compassion fills the air like a warm, protective blanket. As the sun climbs higher in the sky, a genuine smile finally spreads across Mark's face. "I'll take this home to my father," he says, his voice now strong and clear. Thank you all so much." Jesus stands and helps Mark to his feet. He says, gently, "God's love shines brightest when we share it with others. Go in peace, Mark." The friends wave goodbye as Mark hurries home, his steps now light and full of purpose. As they continue on their way toward the well, their own hearts feel warm and full. Matthew turns to the others with a big grin. "Wow, it feels really good to help someone like that." Anna nods in agreement, a peaceful smile on her face. "It feels like love." "Paul, who was initially hesitant, lets out a small chuckle. I think today was a really special day. Jesus looks at his friends, his eyes twinkling. Every day can be special, he says, when we choose to show compassion. Sometimes, all someone needs is a helping hand, a kind word, or a shared piece of bread. Compassion is a beautiful gift. It costs us nothing to give, but to the person receiving it, it can mean absolutely everything. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Step by Step with Jesus. We hope this story's warmed your heart. If it has, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more stories like this one. We'll see you next time.